Hey, all right. I'm just popping on here for a little bit just to get a little something off my chest, which is obviously why I do this. Like I've said before, I really wasn't going to do a channel or anything like that until I got everything built out and got my lighting and everything in here, which I'm slowly working on. Yes, I know. But there's a few things in my life I've been working on, especially since my spinal surgery. Right before my spinal surgery, I was in some of the best shape I'd ever been in my life. I had a 32-inch waist. Was about 210, 215 up and down. At 6 foot tall. I in my mid 40s and just really laying it to it and doing a pretty good job. I'm a disabled veteran, so I had to continue to work out because if I didn't, it really broke my body down. So I worked out a lot to, my muscles kept my bones strong. So, but then when the spinal surgery happened, I had been clean and not drinking or doing anything like that. I'd been doing, going to AA meetings and things like that, just to hang out and have a camaraderie with other people and stuff, just to stay away from the alcohol, because that's what killed my blood father, the man that man, he really could have been something. But anyway, it ended up ending his life at age 54. And I was raised by a really good man. And later on, my mother married another really good man. And I'm very proud to say both of them are father figures. And of course, this being YouTube and everything, I'm not going to mention names and stuff like that. So, um, anyway, I have made a decision because I told y'all before, after my spinal surgery, I jumped up to almost 300 pounds. And my body just couldn't handle that. So it did a lot of damage to my body. And alcohol came back into the equation. And I wish it hadn't, but it did. Because I'm one of these people, I refuse to take pain pills and stuff like that. It's bad enough that I'm an alcoholic. I don't want to be a drug addict or a pill popper or anything like that. So I don't want anything to do with that stuff. So I'm trying to teach myself with that same mentality to stay away from the alcohol. Um, but it overcame me. My willpower was weak, and I couldn't John Stewart, Hal Jordan, or Guy Gardner it. That's a Green Lantern thing. I didn't have the willpower to get through it. So I've decided next Monday. I've talked to my counselor at the VA. I'm going into a program where I'm going to detox and get this shit out of my body because I want to do this channel properly, and I want to be the real me when I'm here. And I know I'm being the real me now at this form and state where I'm at, but what I mean by that is I want to be the strong guy that I know that I can be, the Marine, the man that my mother raised. And that way I can bring a proper channel that has to do with damn near everything. Because I'm going to do different things, whether I do this channel or I add on other channels and stuff, because I want to go. I have a truck built out with an amazing camper in the back and a self-sustaining system where I could go anywhere and live for days on end, just out of the back of my truck or in my truck. And I want to show that, and I want to travel and I want to do things. But I'm not going to be able to do that if I don't get my health together. So I'm checking myself into the VA Monday, this coming Monday, and I'm going to stay there for as long as they need me to. I'm going to cleanse my body, and I'm down to about 250, so I've lost about 50 pounds. I still got about 40 roughly to go to get back to where I want to be. But I'm not going to do that by constantly giving myself excuses to drink alcohol and do things that I shouldn't do, um, to myself physically. Just because, especially during this so-called pandemic, um, I'm I'm allowing myself to be weak, and I can't do that because I am not a weak person. But I obviously have weak tendencies, and this has affected me. So I've got to fix this. I've got to get my shit together because I've got wrestling season coming up. I've got people relying on me. But most importantly, the thing that you have to learn when you go through these things in your life and you humble yourself in front of others, is you have to focus on yourself. One of the biggest drug addicts I've ever known in my life was somebody I grew up with, and man, that guy, he could have been somebody, but one of the most important things he ever told me, and this is when he was in one of his weakest moments, was, Ron, you got to do the best you can for yourself. You have to love yourself before you love others. Because if you don't, you can't love them. If you're not happy with yourself, you can't love other people. And when he told me that, and he still is, unfortunately, in a bad place, but he said that was an impactful, powerful thing coming from his mouth. From his brain to his mouth to my ear was powerful as a human being in our short time on this dirt ball. And it stuck with me. And right now, at age 48, it's really impactful. So I'm going to continue my journey, and I'm going to go see what I can do. So if you guys don't see me you'll probably see me once or twice more before I go. But I just, at this moment, I don't know why, I just felt like I had to sit here and just say something because it just came to me. And I'm overcome with emotion because I spoke to my counselor today about it. And I just hope come Monday morning that I actually make that decision when she calls me between 8 and 9. Hey, Brian, are you ready? That I actually have the damn kahunas to say, yes, ma'am, I am. So here's hoping that I actually go through with it. If not, well, then whoever decides to watch this can give me shit and call me the biggest pussy in the world because I didn't know how to follow through. But I'm hoping that doesn't happen. So, man, I would never tell anybody anything. For some reason, sitting here in my comfort zone, I really feel good, and I feel free to speak my mind and say things to complete strangers. I mean, to complete strangers, man. So, I don't know. Like I told you when I first started these videos, it's therapeutic, and I think this has helped me a lot. And I think it helped me guide myself to this decision, and I hope I don't regret it. I mean, I hope, in other words, when I say that, I mean, I hope I actually do it. I don't fall out of it and then end up just drinking myself into an oblivion. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I'm drinking right now. Trying to keep it tame, but I'm still doing it. And actually, I was told to do it up until the time I checked myself in. Because it's a very dangerous thing to try to stop this thing on your own. So anybody out there, if you guys have these type of problems, whether it's alcoholism, depression, drugs, man, I'm telling you, there's a time where you have to break it off and you have to decide to take care of yourself. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. There's nothing wrong with humbling yourself and doing it because you're already at your weakest. Just do it. If you're contemplating things like suicide or anything, please seek help. Guys, we're only on this earth for a certain amount of time. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. All this cool stuff we get to do, collecting and having fun and all that, it ends one day. But if you can prolong that and keep it going and keep a good, healthy lifestyle, please do it. We all fall. But can you get up? You know, as corny as it sounds, you fall down. Get up. Get up until you can't. Until it's over. Get up. And take care of yourself. Anyway, I just needed to get something off my chest tonight. I did. We'll see how it goes. And Monday rolls around. We'll see if it turns out to be a decent day or not. Anyway, I'm going to get off here, eat my big ass sandwich, and finish watching a little bit of YouTube, and hit the sack and see what tomorrow holds. So, anyway, not exactly the video that people think when they see my name pop up now, the few people that watch me, but it's what I got for now, and I'm hoping to come back and give you something way better, and we'll go from there, right? All right. Good night, guys, and for those of you who made it through this, thank you for listening, and Semper Fi.